Hey guys.
Hello.
Okay, it's Tuesday.
Yes.
Time to turn in your homework, Addie.
Oh, geez. So last week we went through some of the pulse width modulation that's involved in addressing RGB LEDs. And this week, in order to be only 1 week from our excellent RGB LED string or whatever this is called, we need to deal with serial communication. And serial communication is just a bit by bit, kind of like ants in a row type of thing.
Now, you did a little bit of serial while you were working on your your uh, your uh, your your heart beating, your telltale heart thing.
I guess, but I didn't really
But that was more your
use.
propeller was sending serial to the PC. And here we're trying to
Yeah,
send serial from the PC to the propeller to control something.
I guess. I don't know if I remember my RGB LED heart sending the PC anything, but it was kind of more like I was relying on the order of commands in my program to make the LEDs light up in succession. So I don't know. Maybe I tricked it. Anyway, so today we're actually being a little bit more intentional about the serial communication. And so Whisker gave me this whole professorial
Well, we have to
lecture.
be because Addie wants to use this thing and she wants to understand how it works before she uses it.
I
And it's
suppose.
got, a little, single purpose chip here and one here and one here and one here. Each one of those are a node in a long string, and each one of them controls their own RGB LED.
So you'd have to
So
serially
you
address
have
each of
to,
these.
just through, your three serial wires here, your common ground, your RX, and your TX, you've got to talk to this one and tell him to talk to that one for you, right? And, you're handing him an RGB value, you're handing one down the chain to him.
Yeah.
And it's all done through serial, so it would be very important for Eddie to understand how the serial works. And the best way to do that I could come up with was just to let her build the equivalent of what is just a single node of that.
Yep.
And that's what she's done here. She's just got a RGB LED plugged into 3 pins on this board,
Yep. The
and
prop ASC.
a serial cable going up to the computer. I had to help her a little bit on writing a program that could send 3 bytes of RGB information over serial. But other than that, it's mostly spin code involved here, and that's what she's been working on this morning.
Right. And so the RGB values, those are sent to the prop via, I want to say 3 bytes.
Yeah, just 3 bytes.
Yep. And so when you look at the code, that's why you see the the packets that are set aside for uh, for the RGB information. Okay, so with Whiskers, whatchamacallit?
I called it Addie's RGB LED serial controller because
Yep.
I was just like very, very creative. I was in a very creative naming mood. So, I was really creative with that.
Oh, I need to mention something else too. So in serial communication, the way that different types of mediums, I guess, communicate to each other via serial is through these things, these magical little things called COM ports, right? And so in order for you to find out which COM port your propeller's talking on your prop tool, you just go to Run, Identify Hardware, and it'll come up with like a COM thing, a COM number for you to address. So like for our board here, it was COM4, and so on the serial controller that Whisker wrote up, he had to address COM4.
Whereas on my computer, it's COM8 that the propeller defaults into. So I put a little box on her program so you could change the COM port very easily.
Uh-huh.
This is real obvious stuff, you know.
Well, not to me. But, okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn on this thingamabobber by setting the...
So she's typing 255 into the red box. She's got her port set to 4.
And bing!
And she set red to
Yep.
255.
Yep. And
You get the camera focused here.
And the propeller ASC runs on, I think, 1.7 volts, so it's the RGB LED is not as bright as it would be if it were like 5 volts or 3.3.
Yeah.
But
for the purposes of today's demonstration, we're not being too particular about the actual LED, more about the serial stuff. So that's a combination of red and blue. So she basically left the 255 in the red box, added 255 to the blue box, hit the set color button, and it sent 255, 0, 255 in byte format down the serial cable to the propeller, and the propeller is doing the pulse width modulation like she learned how to do a couple Tuesdays ago.
Correct. And the thing that helps you actually do this serial business is a object known as I guess parallax serial or propeller serial terminal.
Yeah, the guys put together an object called parallax serial terminal, and I modified it a little bit. I changed the string and max function of it to not think it was an end of packet if you send it a 0, because 0 is a valid number for this use case. So just so Addie didn't run into problems, I gave her my Tymkrs serial terminal, which is just a little hack off of the propeller version of it.
Yep. So that is the second half of what we need to be able to address the RGB LED string, and I will have all this code up, obviously, and if you have any questions, just let us know.
Yep. And next time we come back to this, we should be working on getting her actually controlling the big long LED strip that Electroman J donated to the show.
Yes.
All right, I think that's it for this Tuesday edition of Toymaker Television. This week, in the middle of the week here, we're going to have First Spin coming online later today. And that'll be getting back to learning some more programming, teaching Addie, well, more accurately, Roy and I answering Addie's questions.
Yes.
As she tries to figure out this stuff. So follow along with that at firstspin.tv. This week on Zombie Tech, we have a very special guest. We interviewed a,
14-year-old maker.
Yeah, Joey.
Real cool kid.
It's an awesome recording of Zombie Tech.
Yep.
I mean, seriously. You take zombies, engineering, and
marshmallow cannons,
a teenager, and you just created an excellent situation for hilarity. So make sure you watch for that this Thursday on zombietech.tv. There's RSS feeds on both the podcast websites so that you can automatically download them on your phone or iTunes or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's it for us for this Tuesday edition. Looks like Addie's having fun with her little LED.
I am.
LED fun. All right, we'll see you guys on Friday for my video.
Bye.
Bye.
We post videos all the time, so don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Twitter at TYMKRS.